Juanell Walker is uncommon amongst uncommon men.
He's got a huge smile, and it's always on display.
Very outgoing, very driven, focused. He works hard. Like, he's just amazing.
I'm Juanell Walker. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. Grew up in Northwest Baltimore in the Park Heights area. Shout out to Baltimore City, man. I'm a junior here at Trinity College.
Engaging personality, like he lights up a room. You know, he's a member of 17 different clubs. He's got a great GPA. His professors love him.
Juanell Walker, in terms of where he's from, it's the toughest zip code in the country.
The neighborhood wasn't too good. It was like drugs, crime, of course, shootings, and people hanging on the corner. When I was a child, that was one of my worries about him getting involved in hanging with the wrong crowd. Like now, a lot of his friends, they're not doing like good. They're in jail or got murdered.
But I know that I wanted better. As a young kid, I see my path as football. We always had financial complications. So there were times when we would get evicted.
He's moved a lot, like a lot of our guys. His environment has shifted and changed, and what that teaches a young man is beyond what I'll ever understand in terms of adaptability and how to manage neighborhoods.
You played in the same high school league too.
He had this strong desire to become a college athlete, but I think what was most unique about him is that he had some roadblocks that he hadn't even considered. As he had developed a stutter through some challenges with anxiety, and he and I had that discussion, and he took it head on.
I do have a stutter, but I do well with it, and it wasn't always this good. It took time. It took a lot of time.
Most guys will say, hey, I don't want to talk about it, I want to deal with it. And he said, hey, if this improves my life and my outcomes, my ability to communicate effectively, then I want to do it.
But I have an eye disease called keratoconus.
He was struggled with his vision.
And he was literally blind in one eye.
Come to find out, he needed an entirely new cornea.
I had a hard time locating a doctor that will help him with his eye. But Mr. Hanna.
I reached out to a doctor who I met once, and I was like, do you think you could look at this guy's eye?
He knew somebody.
My name is Dr. Burt Judd, and I am chief of the corneal surgery service at the Johns Hopkins Lacrosse Institute. He was performing at a very high level despite the fact that he could only see out of one eye.
It blurs your vision, and so I had to get a corneal transplant.
We do have the opportunity to waive fees for certain situations and certain patients. So in this particular case, I did waive my surgeon's fee.
No way! How do you know that?
Oh, I knew. He didn't know?
The impact that it's had on myself, being able to help him move to the next stage and beyond has been so meaningful and rewarding.
Whether a surgery cost money, took insurance, or was free, it was the fact that he deserved the proper medical care, and there was a community of people that were willing to support him on that. And that's what got me, is that because of your zip code shouldn't determine whether or not your eye gets fixed. And I think that was the big challenge for me, is I don't wave it in front of them hey, this is free. Make sure that you say thank you to everybody involved. It's more of this is ridiculous that we even had to jump through these hoops.
Now that I know, and that's huge, and I feel like I have to do something to give my thanks.
I think Juanell went from tackling two people at once to tackling one person because he could see the right one.
Yeah, I've been through a little bit.
I'm Matt Hanna. I'm a graduate of Johns Hopkins University, a former captain of the lacrosse team. Became a teacher, and now I'm founder and CEO of Next One Up.
Inner city mentoring program in Baltimore that transforms the lives of young men and creates new pathways to success. The evolution of our program in the early days when I began it was helping an athlete find a pathway. Get to college, stay in college, maybe even be a college athlete, because I knew as a teacher in the city that athletes were not progressing to college. They weren't getting there, they were landing, coming home in a semester. I thought, what can I do to create a system that creates support?
With Coach Hanna being an athlete, he knows the up and downs of the business.
Yeah, we met in 8th grade and joined the program and was kind of weary about what's this all about.
I didn't want to go. She kind of said, boy, you better go. And she got me up off that couch.
I'm like, you're going to go. You don't have a choice.
Is that
you're
how
going
you
to go.
said it?
Yeah.
How you said it?
No, I cursed at him.
How did you say it? Tell me.
Your ass going to go. You better go.
Without Next One Up, I wouldn't even be here.
So I am Jeff Devaney. I'm the head football coach here at Trinity College.
Juanell Walker, outside linebacker, Trinity College.
He's a tough football player. I've known Nelly since his high school coach brought him up here, going into his senior year in high school. He knows there's a lot of kids at home that never made it out of those streets.
All right, last class, boys.
Well, his perspective was that he wanted that the education was the most important thing. He just wanted to be in an environment where he could thrive.
Coach Devaney here. Hey, Coach.
The program that got him here, so worthwhile.
Everybody needs someone to answer to, and everybody needs someone to get advice from. Next One Up works because I just think there's nothing that we don't do. If it's within our parameters and our ability to support a family, whether their house burns down, or whether a kid says I want to transfer colleges, or I just lost my job, can you help me find another one? We've done all those.
And it's so cool that he came from where he came from, and that the mentoring that helped him get to Episcopal and then helped him get to Trinity, he hasn't wasted any of that.
And that's always been Juanell's attitude. Whatever's in his way, he wants to take on and kind of stare down and manage it, and he's done it.
So having my mom, my family, and Coach Hanna in my life, those people there, without them, I would probably be nothing.
Those role models kind of set him on a path for success.
It's a big reach if they don't have someone to lean on.
Sometimes you just need to see. You need to see success, and you need to hear about success before you can even think about success.
Next One Up has gave me the necessary tools and skills that I needed to succeed to where I am right now.
He's a future board member, he's a future whatever he wants to be.
And then he's going to give back and end up mentoring other people. He's going to pay it forward.
Without Next One Up, I would probably be like in the streets.
Well, he'll start this summer as an intern at T. Rowe Price, and then post-graduation, I hope he's right back there in Baltimore City, T. Rowe Price.
My story doesn't end. My story will always have a part 2, a part 3, a new chapter, next chapter, until I die. And then even when I die, my story does not end because my legacy will live.